Love Like Blood, that's Killing Joke, and a track from the album Nighttime, which is out very soon. And we have Raven and Jazz of Killing Joke sitting in front of me now. The album, I see, Jazz, produced by Chris Kimsey.
That's right. He's
Rolling Stones is the name that throws into my mind.
I know. I'm ashamed of myself. Right? I'm ashamed. But Chris, actually, we met on a social level before we ever started working with him around this place.
And then he was committed to work with us after that.
We had a few drinks and we persuaded him as to the future of music, you know. And now Chris, actually, he likes working with a live sound, you know. He records the band as they are, right, and he doesn't put much emphasis on the mix, right. So basically, there is not a great production. I mean, it's not a massive, like, super, you know, like
a true engineer.
Yeah, I mean, he's actually allowed you to be yourselves.
Yeah, he records you as you are, right? All we do is we get tight in a rehearsal studio, and then we add the bottle of whiskey and go for it.
Get even more tight.
That's right. Well tight.
You recorded the thing, I see, actually, Raven. You recorded at the Hansa Studios near the Berlin Wall.
That's right.
We were there for 5 weeks.
Great studio.
People talk about the atmosphere there. That in fact, the reason you know that wall is outside. That it does.
It's interesting to play the backing tracks back and watch with the binoculars from the control room and see the East German gods bobbing up and down in the towers. You know, with their windows open too.
I
That's
believe
quite
that.
interesting.
Actually, it was one hell of an atmosphere when we recorded at night time the album because I've had the worst year of my life, to tell you the truth. Actually, it's been really.
What's happened?
Really rough. Well, I've sacrificed everything for Killing Joke. You know, like we all must do in Killing Joke. And I've had just a really rough time. You know, I've just been very unstable and unbalanced, and a lot of personal problems. All that
Business
sort of
as
thing.
usual.
Business as usual. You know. And at the time that we recorded the album, I was peaking, you could say.
In fact, we were all peaking.
I was well manic and suicidal, and we had lots of fights and drank lots of whiskey and what's the other stuff now we drank now?
Mampa.
Wicked wood vodka or something like that.
Where does Berlin fit into all this then?
Now, Berlin was the atmosphere that is suited to the album. It's a cold place. It's a great. I mean, right out my bedroom window, you can see this great big wall that divides east and west, basically. You know. And it's just so mental, right? You come to a Killing Joke concert and you see sanity, but you go to the Berlin Wall, you just see something absolutely bloody mental.
It's horrific. The whole place has got a nice amount of tension, which is good for the recording of it.
You know, people say to me, you know, and it relates to Berlin. People say to me, "Oh, you're still saying the same things to me as you said last year, and the year before and the year before." Then I know I'm on the right track. Right? Yeah, we have stayed true to our ideals, I believe, and especially with this album.
The music does change, though, doesn't it? As the years go by. I mean, to me, to my untutored ear here, you know, I mean, it sounds a little more commercially acceptable, this LP, than some of the things you've done in the past.
Well, the world's a bit readier for how it sounds. That's what's
What you think it's maybe us that's changing a bit and coming round?
Well, I put more keyboards in, but I think it's the most explosive album we've ever done. I mean, I think the energy in the album and the intensity is the best. The thing is, trying to mix Geordie's bloody guitar is the most ridiculous thing in the world, you know? I mean, it sounds like a million orchestras playing at the same time, you know, and you just hear, most people just hear the intensity of Killing Joke, and they don't hear the music. Well, we mix this album so you can hear the music.
You say you're true to your original aims. What are your aims?
Oh, well, we use Killing Joke as a vehicle for our personal freedom. Simple as that. And in every aspect, right?
Your right to say
what
like
you
do, do what you do.
Me and my friends, since 1979, stayed off the dole for 5 years, 6 years. 5 years, 6 years? How many?
6 now.
6, thank you. And we've been around the world doing it, and now we've got an enormous audience, right? We've never had one hit single, let me tell you. We're playing 2 nights at Hammersmith. We're playing big gigs now, you know. And we're doing a Japanese tour. We're going to
Australia,
New Zealand, all that rubbish, right? And the fact is, we're doing things that, you know, Bananarama, well, maybe not Bananarama, all these other sort of commercial bands are doing, you know. And we have stayed true to our ideals, yes, I believe so. Although we have expanded musically.
You have a political reputation too, don't you, of being a political band?
That's right, we don't even agree with democracy. One Direction, Nice Shiny Boots, brass bands.
We go very much by the bang a drum and everyone will follow you route.
At this point, we bang a drum then. Okay, this is Darkness Before Dawn. Darkness Before Dawn, that's Killing Joke from their LP Nighttime. We're talking to Jazz and Raven from Killing Joke. And Jazz, you have a sort of... You have two sides to your musical career, don't you? Because as well as Killing Joke, you do write music that people could call serious music, or whatever. How would you define it?
Well, Killing Joke is what I call serious music, but I write for orchestra as well, you know, which might seem a bit strange to some people. But the fact is, I was brought up that way and I was taught that way, so I use it, right? I like the orchestra, and I've written my first symphony, which has taken me 2 years, right?
What's the difference then between working with an orchestra and working inside the band context like this?
I've just tried to musically portray what I see as a future, basically, within my orchestral music and with the Killing Joke.
What is the future that you see?
Well, a very different one. One where, you know, we won't be sipping pints down the pub, and one where we won't be even listening to, like, vinyl going around on the turntable. One where we'll have to adapt to a different style of living. One where the Northern Hemisphere won't mean as much as the Southern Hemisphere. You know, people actually ask me, they say, what should I do? Do you think there's going to be a nuclear war and all this sort of thing?
And we say yes.
We think there is going to be a nuclear war. We always did. And all I can say to people is, well, yes, it's going to happen in your lifetime. And the Southern Hemisphere, I believe that there'll be small islands of people that will actually survive it.
This is a pretty sort of depressing thought. I mean,
No,
you're not
it's
trying
not.
to do, you're not trying to do something to change it.
Glorious.
Well, think
It's not
about,
depressing at all.
you know, Culture Club and Wham all going up in one nice flash. I think it's marvellous myself.
You've just been doing some dates in Europe too, and you have
In Spain and Portugal.
It's
Marvellous.
Yeah, we're absolutely marvellous. We like the sort
Do
of...
they listen to the words over there?
They love it.
Do they?
Yeah.
I mean,
They get me to translate it. I was asked to do a lecture out there for Madrid University, you know, and I've done quite a few talks out there, etc., you know.
And how settled is Killing Joke now in terms of line-up and...
Yeah, this is forever, right? We've got the two Pauls, Paul Raven and Paul Ferguson. Well, I'll tell you, they're the Sly and Robbie of the new music, right? That's the rhythm section.
Sly and dodgy.
And you know, Geordie's wearing, like, you know, his usual, like, big boots and black leather jacket, and he's playing his usual sound. And we drink more than we ever did.
Gentlemen, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
And shall we play the title track from the LP?
Let's
What,
do
Love
that.
Like Blood? No, that's a single. Sorry about that.
This is Nighttime. Killing